Welcome to Sin City Food Reviews. Just a mother and son out to conquer all food that is Las Vegas. Please subscribe so you don't miss our journey. What's up, Sin City Food family? It's your favorite food review channel, Sin City Food Reviews. I'm JT.
I'm Brenda.
And we got a crazy video for you today. First of all, happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. Second of all, we just hit 400 subscribers. So you know what that means. We're going to do a giveaway. And it's going to be pertaining to this video, the best meal in Las Vegas. And everybody knows from our comments, homemade is the best way to go no matter where you live. So it's Father's Day. We're gonna cook some New York strip steaks, some shrimp, and a couple other things. So check it out. You can see my recipes if you have any questions. Also, in the comments down below, leave your best homemade dish. And in 2 weeks, we're gonna pick a winner for the Casa amore $25 gift certificate in Las Vegas. So if you're coming to Vegas, but let's go get this meal going and show you guys. Love you guys for watching. Subscribe if you're new. Here we go. All right, first we are getting some tin foil out. We're actually gonna put our shrimp in the tin foil. We're gonna put some butter and some seasoning, and we're gonna throw the shrimp in the oven. Now, you could saute it on the burner, but it's easier this way. We are going with some Winco Jumbo peeled, devein, and tail-off shrimp. That's the one I usually go with. We wanted the large, but they were sold out, so we got the medium shrimp. Preheat this oven right about 450. Put it on a cookie sheet. We'll get it in the oven, but now we got to cut the onions for sauteed onions and mushrooms. We're gonna put it in our skillet. We're gonna put a little bit of butter, about a half an onion, medium-sized onion, and then obviously the mushrooms and some seasoned salt and pepper. Get this on the stove. Our stove ain't the greatest, so we usually got to put it on like medium-high heat to get it going, and then we'll reduce the heat. But we'll saute up these mushrooms and onions. I was gonna get some ribeye steaks, but we kind of got these ones New York strip. They were only $8.98 a pound, 1.5 pounds. They have a little caramelization, a little bit of fat, plus a decent amount of meat on them. So this was a pretty good choice. The ribeyes were like $22. I wasn't going to spend no $22 for 2 small ribeyes, real fatty. So I'll put a little butter down, seasoning, and get these and the shrimp in the oven. Obviously, like I said, mushrooms and onions are sauteing right now, but let's get going. The oven should be preheated enough. Go back to our mushrooms. Get all sauteed up, looking good. Nice caramelization on there. All right, these are caramelized enough. We're gonna take those off the stove and put them over here for now. All right, it's time to check some of these steaks. Let's get some hot pads over here. Get these steaks out. Probably flip these bad boys right now. They're looking pretty good. I usually like mine mid-well or medium. Let's get some of those tongs. They might be. All right, we got the tongs right here. Flip these a little bit. Like I said, if I had a barbecue, I wouldn't even be messing around with this. But we're cooking them in the oven. The shrimp won't take too long. We'll probably pull the shrimp a little early. But we usually get ours, like I said, mid-well, medium-ish, somewhere around there. Let's put them back in there. You check and see if a steak is done. You want to fill it. You don't want to be cutting through it. It's getting pretty close to medium-ish. The shrimp are probably done right now, to be honest. The timer has like 1.5 minutes on the 9-minute timer. But a couple more minutes and I think the steaks are going to be about ready. We'll throw the sauteed mushrooms and onions back on for a little bit longer just to heat them back up. Okay, the steaks I think are done now. I feel like they're pretty firm, not too firm. And then obviously we have our shrimp right there. Well, let's get this all plated up. Our sauteed mushrooms and onions. And Mom's gonna rate my steak, scale of 1 to 5. The harsh scale. Let's see. Is this really the best meal in Las Vegas? Okay, Mom's taking the first bite right now. What's your first impression of the steak?
Juicy, flavorful.
Okay, let me try it out and see what I think.
So good.
Pretty tender. It's actually pretty tender. Put a little butter on the cookie sheet underneath with the seasoning, and then I add extra seasoning on top. But it's good. Sauteed mushrooms and onions. Okay, that's good.
It's good.
Shrimp. We actually had to put it back in the oven. Well, we put it on the skillet, on the top of the stove, in the skillet. Didn't cook all of it. Shrimp is good. Try this homemade potato salad Mom made. Now that's good. That's really good. I am sipping on kind of like a mimosa, but it doesn't have the orange juice. It's like tropical punch juice with some Moscato, I think Sutter Home. I'll go first. Obviously the steak was prepared by myself, so I'm kind of rating myself, so I might be a little partial, but out of a scale of 1 to 5, 5 being the best, I'm going to give myself a 4. I was going to give myself a 5, but towards the end, some of the pieces were kind of gristly and chewy. But the pieces that were in the middle cut were really tender and just really, really good. And the sauteed mushrooms and onions and the shrimp and the homemade potato salad all made it. So I'm going to give myself a 4. And I would definitely recommend, if you can, cook a lot of your meals at home. We only paid $24 for everything, all the steaks, the shrimp, the sauteed onions and mushrooms, the potato salad stuff. So compared to if you went to a restaurant, it'd be way more expensive. But let's get Mom's assessment, what she gives my homemade best meal in Las Vegas meal.
I would give them a 5. There was a little bit of fat on the steak, but there has to be to give it flavor. It's really juicy and tender and flavorful in the inside. The shrimp was the bomb, and the potato salad was perfect. I would rate it a 5.
We are Sin City Food, and we have been reviewed.